friends, it's Paige Evans. I have a new process video to share with you today featuring chevrons and supplies from my Horizon collection found at Joann stores across the USA. I have done this technique many times, but never with this collection, so it looks new. I'm starting with paper 14, which has all these different sections of different patterns and colors. And the ones around the outer edge are already triangles, but the ones in the middle that are squares, I need to trim into triangles. So I'm starting by cutting up every section into its individual pattern. And then the next step will be to trim all of the squares in half diagonally to create triangles. So all of these triangles will be all the same size. Once all of the triangles are trimmed out, I arranged them into rainbow order. So purples and pinks, oranges, yellows, greens, blues. I ended up needing some more yellows, which I pulled from a different pattern paper, but I'll show you that when it happens as I am building the chevrons. So once I have all of the triangles arranged into rainbow order, I wanted to distress them, and so I took the edge of a pair of sharp scissors and scraped the edges. There are official distressing tools that you can use, or you can use your fingernail. I've found that just regular scissors work best for me, but whatever works for you, we just want to get those edges distressed. So I'm using another piece of pattern paper, the B side with this blue subtle design, as my background, and then I'm going to take a ruler and measure at 6 inches and then also at 3 inches and 9 inches on both the left and right edges. So I'm going to use those marks as placement for the placing of these triangles to create chevrons. I'm going to do 3 rows of chevrons in rainbow order. So I've also done this where the patterns and colors are scattered, so it's not like a smooth transition between colors, but I just wanted to create a rainbow. Why not? I love lots of colors, love rainbows. So I'm using, again, those pencil marks to create my 3 rows of chevrons, creating the chevrons with the triangles that I made from that pattern paper. So it's pretty easy, it doesn't take too long. I think the part that takes the longest is actually distressing the edges of those triangles, which isn't even an absolutely necessary step, so you could skip that if you wanted to. So I did need more yellow triangles, so I pulled in that colorful sunburst paper and trimmed a couple more triangles from just the yellow section. I'm going to lightly adhere the triangles in place because I want to do machine stitching through them to attach them in place permanently. So just a light adhesive, just tacking them on so they don't move around as I'm machine stitching. If you're not going to do machine stitching, make sure to use a really good adhesive to get those triangles in place. I'm using white thread in my sewing machine and stitching zigzags over the chevrons. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing about this layout is perfect. I like the imperfections, just gives it that homemade touch. So I've machine stitched through all 3 rows of chevrons, and I need to pick a title. So there's another pattern paper that has all of these different words and sentiments on it, and I'm going to fussy cut around the one that says travel the world. I thought about cutting out that family, and I do fussy cut it, and I've actually used it on a layout that I will have a process video for at a later date. For now, just fussy cutting around this travel the world sentiment. This is a photo of our family up at the Georgetown Loop Railroad in Colorado, so it's kind of travel themed. I mean, we weren't at home. We drove 2 hours up into the mountains to see this, so it totally counts. This collection is very travel themed, so you'll find a lot of globes, suitcases, modes of transportation like bikes and Vespas, and so I'm just adding some of those things. Oh, I'm embellishing tone on tone, so blue embellishments over the blue sections of papers, green embellishments over the green triangles, doing this yellow bit over these yellow papers, etc., etc. So that's my embellishing technique right there. You'll find lots of fun things in the stickers and die cut packs, charms, and the shaped paper clips. So I am starting to, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm crumpling up the edges of the triangles even more to create more texture here and there, and then I'm journaling on this label with a matching yellow pen. I forgot to add some darker blue embellishments, and I think that balances it off down there on the bottom left side. All right, that is the finished layout. Easy to create. Kind of looks a little bit complicated, but it's really not. It's just some triangles and tone-on-tone embellishing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again super soon.